how am I still this sleepy? I just took a nap. Do I remember what volume was the last one? I really should. Sim. Okay, volume 7. So volume 8. Let's go. Another night, another ramble. A classic song comes back to you as you continue on your way. Some of that good old earth wisdom about a specific kind of footwear being made for walking. Oh, fuck. There we go. Jeez. Gotta start putting a little, like, memo up for that. You wish you had that kind of footwear right now in this current chapter of your life. Boots are pretty comfy. Or any footwear for that matter. Oh, fuck. I forgot we were wandering around with no shoes. You definitely learned your lesson about getting overexcited at the prospect of new friends and running out in nothing but a bathrobe. Oh, who are you kidding? Maybe not in that particular bathrobe way, but chances are high that wasn't the last time you'll fly off in the buoyant afterglow and intense friendgasm. Oh, I'm reading these words out loud. Hello. I found a volume setting on my headset, so I have no idea how loud it really is, because it looks like it's showing louder than usual. I may have messed up the settings on my headset. Whoops. Yeah, that sure is a phrase. You are right. Wait, isn't this the name of... Hasn't her name... Hasn't this one's name popped up before? Isn't that the one that I was like, I have no idea how to fucking say that? But I've said that about many of them, huh? Oh, it has. Okay. I'm gonna start with him, because he just looks like, I think him. Them? Okay. Anyway, I'm starting with this one. Looks done with life. So I definitely messed around with the settings on this thing too much, because this is way louder than it. Boost style. Okay. There's no power button, and I'm not sure what the power button is for on this thing. Like, I don't know if it just, like, turns everything off even when it's plugged into the computer, or if it turns off the mic or what. Just ahead, you see a troll leave her hive, muttering to herself. She's holding an unstable mountain of papers and books with one arm, using her free arm to hold a mug steady. She isn't paying attention to you, which is fine. You smile at her just in case, but she walks right by you without stopping. You shrug. This plan is chock full of friendable weirdos. You'll live. We are friending this one, huh? Totally ignoring us, and we're just going, yep, that one. Even after we pretend like we're just gonna move on. There was a little advertising thing when this game was coming out called Troll Call, and on the thing listed for her is "That's not coffee." Oh, that is beautiful. You only take a few more steps before the sound of her absolutely eating shit on the sidewalk makes you turn. Oh. Oh, that's great. I do think I need to adjust the... Hold on. Where's the dial again? This time? I feel like that's probably a little quieter, but, it looks more like what it was at before. Before I fucked around with the settings on it. It happens fast enough, you only see the aftermath of upended books and papers raining down in an impressively wide circle around her. I think me, my lighting, and my face tracking are going to get into a fight today. Just saying. Okay, continuing on. Globes. Damn ass rock. She sits up, but that's as far as she bothers to get. After taking a sip from her mug, which somehow must have stayed level in her grip during her fall, she sighs and gets to work gathering it all back up with her free hand. Tired girl. I can understand. Yeah, this checks out. As a thing that would happen to me. It's not like I have anything else to be doing. It really is. You've seen a teen movie or two in your day. You know this trope. Cool kid helps the unpopular nerd after they fall like a chump and embarrass themselves. Then slowly the pair establishes trust. By the time credits roll, they've gone and fallen in love. MC sure does talk about love a lot more often, the further you get in here. Yeah, MC's not cool. MC is hopeful, but MC is not cool. Hold on a second. I want to see if I need to recalibrate camera real quick. There we go. I think that's better. Not that you necessarily want to fall in love or that you're way cooler than her, but still, it's tired and true. And also, like, a pretty standard, decent person thing to do. MC, I need to know which part of this you're calling standard, because, like, helping somebody pick up their papers, yes. Everything after that would be in a teen movie is not standard decent person, that's movie magic. So, like the decent person you hope to be, you skedaddle on over to her. On over. You stop short just in front of her wide flung ring of items. You want to make sure she's not going to yell at you or murder you or anything before you interfere. Oh, I can feel that hiccup. What? JK, I busted ass. I know it's a scene. Well, what are you waiting for? Be a good bystander and stop standing by. That is such a long original title there. Single female lawyer, yeah, that tracks though. She gestures kind of all around her, and that's confirmation enough. You bend to pick up a heavy-looking book, and there it is, emblazoned right on the cover. A gavel. A humongo fucker of a judgment implement, too. Okay, that was a string of words. It was originally for Homestuck, but I think the person renamed it for this. Oh, okay. That explains the impressively long title there. A gavel, a humongo fucker of a judgment implement too, with spines all around the handle. Dread creeps up your spine. You slowly slide your gaze from the book's cover to its owner. She doesn't have any ostentatiously blood-color themed clothes on, though, wow, she is sporting socks and sandals. Maybe you are cooler than her after all. How dare you? Frostbite and blood? Ooh, interesting. Socks. Okay, look. So I like socks and sandals. I wear socks and sandals. Ah. Do opposites attract? Oh, wait. There was more to that sentence. Maybe you are cooler than her after all. But the very prominent eye bags are tinged teal. Yeah. I have had looks of horror when I walk into the lab before if there's a lab assistant that hasn't seen me wearing that. Normally I wear like little brown ankle boots, but sometimes it's just more comfy to throw on the sandals. And easier, because like, you don't have to wiggle your feet. Ah, globes. A lawyer. It's not that you don't appreciate your one lawyer friend for who he is, it's just you aren't sure you have it in you to sneak your way into the heart of another. You got kind of lucky last time. The scales of judgment in your heart start weighing your chances. I'm since I feel like this would be the one that would not end. That would work. That would give me the bad end. There we go. The game over. I'm gonna start with that one. You kind of can't look away from that gavel. The spines could really stab a person's skull right open, huh? Wow. Thanks for all the standing around and staring assistance. It's really helping a lot. Definitely can't just do that on my own. You're still stuck on the image. She stands up, grumbling, and snatches the book out of your grasp. She turns, waving a dismissive hand at you. Never mind. Now you're just in my way. She doesn't tell you to leave, but she stops acknowledging you, which you figure is pretty much the same thing. You were iffy about this one from the start, but damn, it turns out rejection still stings. Oh, her expression. It's beautiful. We're gonna pick up more favors. After you start making neat piles of all her stuff, oh, wow, I like combined two of them. Yeah, there is so much sleepy annoyance there. You start making neat piles of all her stuff. After watching you for a second, like she's making sure you're not screwing it up, she dramatically heaves herself to her feet and joins in the effort. Oh, I love that sprite right there. Oh, that's great. I don't have time for this shit. Make sure to keep the B-34s together in my red folder. You look down at your current pile. B. That's the one with the little hook on top, right? Or is that G? Sweat breaks out your temples. You picked up a little bit of written Alternian here and there, but you're still not anywhere near competent at it. I feel like at some point, MC should probably ask one of our friends if they can teach us how to fucking read Alternian. Sifting through the papers, you search for anything familiar. You make out a few words, but there are just a lot of those little guys on these papers, and you've got performance anxiety. Yeah, like, I'm sure that one of them would at least be willing to, like, moderately teach, like, at least the alphabet. Oh, I can feel another hiccup. I just don't know when it's going to happen. Oh, right. You probably still can't read. Still can't read? Wait. Is she aware of us? Or is it just because we're, you know, obviously not a troll? You look at her. I just fucked that sentence all up. You look up at her, startled. How can she tell? Well, I mean, you don't look much like a troll. It isn't exactly a gargantuan mental leap to assume you're not from around here. But also, I've heard about you. Oh, fuck. She's heard about us. You straighten up. Any press is good press when it comes to friends discussing you, right? Wow, you're so optimistic, MC. Do you know about us from my favorite Gorgor? Oh shit. Ah, fuck! I did not knock anything over. That being said, I'm not sure where my phone just flew to. Teals talk. Oh! Unfortunately. I love her. Oh. She puts her mug down on the ground and picks up a fallen book, talking as she flips to whatever page she's looking for. Just taking in the fact that I think she's like calling Gorgor a little asshole. If she's talking about him in this instance. That little asshole is gonna have even more unfortunate crap to say to me when he finds out I set us all back by dropping half our group project in a ditch. She paces in flustered circles until she finds a bookmark among the debris. Flicking a wet leaf off of it, she shoves it in the open spine of the book and slams it closed. Oh, there it is. Whatever. I can't think about that yet. I get all this back in order first. Right. Yeah, the ordering stuff. You keep at it, doing the best you can to keep similar looking things together. You can feel her eyes on your back and you turn to face judgment. You've basically got it right, actually. I feel like that's exactly how she learned about about MC. Especially considering his reaction towards the end. Like, you know he's wandering around telling everybody about us now. He did say you were quick at the draw. I... Is Tysius? I'll go with Tysius. I'm Tysius, by the way. She doesn't so much smile at you as Grimace. It looks mostly pleased as exhausted expressions go. That's a good friendship building material. That's as good friendship building material as any other. You certainly started with worse than being complimented. The breeze plays at the ends of her frizzy hair, ruffling a few pages while it's at it. Now that you aren't frantically trying to prove your helpfulness and have a moment to think, you don't know if the sidewalk is the best place to be starting from scratch with the whole filing system. I mean, probably not. You open your mouth to tell her as much when a huge Papa Gust follows in Breeze Jr.'s wake, blowing the neat stacks back into chaos. Mother grubbing. Oh, fuck. What did I knock over? I mean, I didn't knock anything over. Okay. Still a little discombobulated from all of my sleep. I meant to take like a 30-minute nap and slept through 3 alarms instead. Whoops. She sinks slowly back down in the snow globe of paper, then takes a long sip from her mug sitting next to her, and then tilts her head back and unleashes a single deep gut holler. Oh! You scuttle around, catching documents out of the air until the gust is gone. It's not that Tysius doesn't seem capable, it's just that she seems a bit burnt out. You know what it's like to feel like you're at the end of your rope. So now that you have half of okay. My brain did not want to read that sentence. So now that you have what? Fuck. So now that you have half a swinging grab at a handle on things here, you feel like it's your turn to do the heavy friendship lifting. She is the mood. Jeez. Alrighty. I'm going to offer to help her organize everything out of the way of the breeze. Hey, your night is pretty wide open. You wouldn't mind moving this operation to a less windy location and getting it all together for real. Yeah. Alright. She still sits there kind of dazedly, so you take over. It feels nice to be useful, even if you're not super confident about your skills. You at least know how to make a mean pile. I can make a handful of them. She moves to join you in the effort. She moves to join in the effort. So you shoosh her back down. You're helpful McHelperson. And you have got it. She makes a non-committal noise and watches you work. You try not to feel too bad when she winces at a few of your sorting decisions. She doesn't stop you, at least. She scrunches up her face and yawns. Which catches you off guard. Man, she really is wiped. You look away from her to grab the paper you were about to grab, but it's not there. Maybe it flew into another stack? Or you picked it up already and forgot? Yeah, that's probably right. Anyway, she had her eyes closed, so she didn't notice. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It's not gonna be fine, is it? That's an important paper that we just lost. Once you have everything kind of together, you help her to her feet. You're pretty sure that was her hive she just walked out of, so you ask if you should go there. No, I was headed to the book hive. I can take you there. She seems to rally a bit, so now that it's her turn to lead the way. She picks up a hefty stack of her things, balances her mug on top of it all, and starts walking. Move it or lose it. It being the opportunity to engage in some really tedious micromanagement. There's no choice to be had, really. You move it. The book hive is an imposing building, and inside are a series of rooms opening off a central atrium. You walk past one open set of double doors showing off a room full of weird statues and display cases, and another one bright with the light of dozens of display screens and humming with electricity. Further around the curve of the room, you pass a room full of brains in jars? It really looks like brains in jars. There's another, still. A windowless one, ostentatiously secured with multiple padlocks and what looks like a retina scanner. Well then. There are a bunch of trolls in each room, and as you keep passing doors, you realize they're almost all teal bloods. Are they the nerd cast? Are they? Wow, harsh. I mean, yeah, though. We kind of are. I know plenty of gold-bloods who spend their nerd energy ruining the internet from their basements, and blue-bloods usually have their own personal jerk-off book hives. And they're always outliers, I guess. But yeah, between us and the Jades, the book hive is a blue-green dweeb city. I think I have a thing for teal bloods. Tazius keeps moving like this is nothing new. To her, you guess it isn't. She pushes a creaky wooden door open to reveal a large, sturdy room full of bookshelves and furniture. There are even a few weird-looking ferns decorating the place. In here are a bunch of trolls, some reading, many on their computers. You dump the stuff you just lugged here onto one of the tables. The sound echoes in there, and a handful of trolls look your way. Yikes! You hope your presence won't be too conspicuous. Oh, trust me, MC. It will be conspicuous. Have you looked at yourself? You're probably fine. Unless anyone gets horny for acting grown and wants a bounty. Horny for acting grown. Okay. But you're with me, so they probably won't mess with you. You're a little surprised by that. Tazius, who has slipped down in a chair and is stolidly reorganizing her piles, doesn't exactly give off a brawler aura. No, like they know I'll talk them out of it. or whine at them about leaving me alone until they do. That makes me feel safe enough. So, time to do some old-fashioned organization. What is this big project anyway? It's just some bullshit. She stops and cuts her eyes around the room. But no one is still paying attention, as far as you can see. She starts speaking again, quieter. An assignment for one of my legislator training courses. Absolutely. The back of my seat was way colder than I thought it was gonna be. We're supposed to choose a prosecutable offense from the scrolls of evisceration and list all potential. She must be able to sense your eyes glazing over at the idea of another long and not parsable legal jargon ramble, because she cuts herself off there. It's barely worth describing. Grub school level, honestly. But it's extremely fucking tedious to research and then annotate. Especially when you can't find sources that haven't been scrubbed nice and fuchsia. Anyway, as long as we get things in the right folders in the right order, we should be good for now. Sounds good to you? Plenty of time to keep chatting and getting to know each other. Though she said this was a group project, right? Where are her group members? Shouldn't they be contributing? Like I'd let them. Just kidding. I'm very good at allowing people to help me. She gets her teeth and nods at you, masterfully setting aside the papers labeled with the letter that looks like a little microscope. Case in point. Anyway, they did their parts already. I just want to make sure to add the finishing touches. Right then, you hear approaching footsteps. It had better not be some high blood you gotta take out. You mean, you'll do it if you have to? It's tired and true. You're just not sure how well this dynamic duo would fare in that case. You stop scanning the room for potential bludgeoning material when you see Tysius' expression go from regular tired to tired and annoyed, but not in fear of mortal peril. You hear him speak right as you start to turn. Yeah! How the mighty fall, and into a mud puddle it seems. At least my associate seems to be picking up after you fairly efficiently. Fuck off, Sorgor. We'll have it together in time. I love him so much. He is a little shit. It is. You're sure you don't require any assistance? I have to raise my rates from the original offer, but you know it still stands. You did your part already. So spare me both your sales pitch and your company before you give me a second acid tube ulcer. No. Let's keep him around. I don't want him to go anywhere. Oh, right. You need to do those final edits of yours. Subtextual anti-establishment agendas don't insert themselves, after all. Suit yourself. See you in class. They give each other an identical but inscrutable hand signal. If the huff of Perturb. I gotta look up a word and how to pronounce it. Perturbation. If the health of perturbation from a nearby jade is any indication, it's gotta be something vulgar. Did they just flip each other off? I love them both. Oh, I forgot to read that line, I'm not gonna lie. There we go. Perish. He smirks and raises his eyebrows at you as he turns to go. Come by later? Yes. You nod. You open your mouth to be nosy, but Theseus sees it coming a mile away. What? You never had a class friend? Someone who does good work but is miserable to hang out with? Don't have time to waste on more than one quadrant or online view, so don't blow a brain gasket. Just when you think you have all the troll dynamics down, you gotta make room for that cursed bastard nuance. Anyway, you guess it makes sense. You and your troll friends have all kinds of weird vibes with each other too. Whatever works. Exactly. You go back to happily sorting. Theseus rolls her shoulders and starts leafing through your piles. Where's my... Have you seen a handwritten page? Yeah, that really is just basically what it felt like there. It should be here. She starts double checking herself. Her pace doesn't so much escalate as it does intensify. Her whole body becomes almost graceful with efficiency. You got everything, right? I thought I watched where it all went. Could've sworn I saw it land. You can help her redo a lost page. It shouldn't be too hard to recreate it. That doesn't help. She glares at you and starts forcefully whispering, still double checking the piles without looking, like she knows them by touch. You don't understand. Those were my personal notes on an extremely sensitive topic I discovered while researching. I was only planning on using it to inform my stance, not turn it in with the rest. It's not here. She stops her futile search, downs the rest of whatever's in her mug, and holds her head in her hands. I'm fucked. I might as well lay down right here until moss grows on my desiccated body. That's dramatic. You don't want to blame her or anything, especially since it is possibly sort of your fault it's lost, but you still want to give her hope. Next time, she could use Gorgle Docs. It won't blow away and it has collaboration settings. You've used them with... Her head pops back up, her features slack. I can't use Gorgle Docs for this. Are you listening? That is the whole point. You know who owns that, right? Every document is monitored. Analog is the only way to do anything. Unless you know how to get me onto the dark web, which I fucking doubt. If someone found it, if my handwriting is recognized, I'm dead. Then I'll never be able to... She trails off, just sort of slumped in her seat, staring into the void. Shit, you really fucked up. You admit to her that you may have allowed one page to blow away when you weren't paying attention, and that it could have possibly been that one. Great. Can't believe I was stupid enough to let someone else handle things. I was just so tired. Her shoulders started to shake a bit. Oh no. She doesn't cry, but you almost wish she would. The way she just keeps blinking back her tears and hiding her face with her arm is worse. She feels and faces the watch, and thankfully it doesn't last. She sniffs once, clears her throat, and wipes her face with her sleeve. Silently, she stacks all her things back in a pile. Okay. I need to retrace my steps. Maybe it hasn't been spotted yet. Maybe it'll be okay. It won't, but oh well. You reach to help, desperate to fix the situation, but she gingerly picks your hand off one of her books and drops it in your lap. Your stomach sinks to join it. Oh, oh wow. No. Yeah, MC fucked up big time. Don't worry. I've got it. She wrestles it all into a precarious heap in her arms. It wobbles once as she makes her way steadily to the door, but she catches it herself. Head high, she keeps walking. She doesn't look back. This art can pack so much emotion into, like, so much. Am I still going to get to see more Gorgor if I choose this one? I mean, it's the choice I need to be making, but still. You know a breaking point when you see one. You weren't expecting it so early in a potential friendship encounter, but still. It's clear that this troll needs some time to chill. This is a mess, yeah? She swings the pendulum of her chin over to glare at... over to glare deadened knives at your gut. Okay, yes, it's a mess. But it seems like maybe, just perhaps, it would be best to sort of put a pin in it all. To suck air in and out of your inflation sacks or whatever and just get it together for a minute. No group projects were ever aced when the clear leader was not at her peak mental performance. She wrinkles up her nose and closes her eyes. You know what? Fine. Fuck it. Not all of it, of course, but this night specifically, and everything and everyone I know or have thought extensively about before in my life. So that just leaves you. What do you have in mind, friend? Because I'm all out of ideas. Oh, are you sure you want to call MC friend that quickly? If we explode into, like, rainbow glitter, it is on you. The word still does a number on you, no matter how many times you hear it used flippantly. You have an idea already. So, you hurriedly gather her shit into extremely unorganized piles, which she drops off in her hive to deal with later. You half expect her to just not come back out, but she does. She's kept only one heavily annotated tome and her mug, which she nods at when she speaks. I know, but these are for just in case. Anyway, do your worst. With a salute and a gentle tug at Tysius's sleeve to get her moving. To keep her moving, you get going. You and your Alternium pals have taken turns leading each other to some pretty wild places in your time here. The place you take Tysius to, though, is somewhere you haven't shared with anyone. Wait, how long have we been on this planet at this point? It's where you come back on. It's where you. What? It's where you come back to on days when you can't find a friend or don't want to impose on any of the ones you've made. Are we going back to the ship? It's on the outskirts of town, where the buildings are spread thinner until the landscape cuts upward in a jagged cliff face. Bolted onto the side of the rock is a tower, or what's left of one. Basically a heap of scaffolding and rusted out ladders holding up a half-covered platform. But it's been a good place to staunch bleeding and stargazing. Do I give an outdoorsy vibe to you? Does my half-untucked button-up and paltry muscle mass scream, would love to scurry up a dilapidated relic? Yeah, Izzy apparently has a fucking house of sorts. Why is this the first time we're finding out about it? Getting comfy. Hold on. There we go. You worry about her hating your plan, but you kind of feel like she complained no matter where you took her, and at this point the die is cast. So, heave ho, you say. It's stronger than it looks. You offer to hold her stuff for her during the ascent. She gives you the book, but clutches the mug against her chest. Ma'am is holding on to that for dear fucking life. You know better than to pry, but you're dying a little, wondering why she's so weird about it. Unless she's got liquor made from viscera in there. Well. Or maybe her Lucis gave her the mug, so it's special. Could be both. You shrug and start climbing. Like you thought she would, she follows you. And like before, she complains about it the whole time. And like the structure itself, you both weather it fine. Oh. How long have we had this? Some people have comfort plushies or blankets. She has a comfort mug. She has a comfort mug with a not coffee liquid in it. That is her comfort drink too, apparently. At the top, she looks around. Is this your hive? It's more like a hideout. You still feel a little shy about it. It's not as fancy as your friends' hives, and you don't have any weird animal parent to make you snacks or anything. There are only little keepsakes you've picked up along the way, set up on the creaky old table next to some complicated old tech you couldn't get the power on. This must be an old watchtower from when that was part of her Imperial Bitchiness's preferred method of surveillance. Yeah, I don't blame her either. She runs a hand over the dusty screen. Oh, Trizza, you learned about her. No. Her bigger, badder, off-world counterpart, the Condess. Did I say that right? Is that a real word? Hold on, I'm looking it up. You look at the rusted barrels and terrifying weapon mounted in the corner, and then out over the landscape and the sprawling town. In the distance, smoke rises from a freakishly demolished, from a freshly demolished hive. Glinting in the moonlight, drones circle it like buzzards. It's been like this here for a while. You sit down, your legs dangling on the side of the platform. I'm sorry, I'm just imagining like those little like pencil drawn noodle legs just flapping in the wind. Typheus joins you, a safe distance away from the edge. That is one hell of an understatement. But yeah, we've got a time-honored status quo in operation here. Streamlined. Efficient. Brutal. Typheus looks miserable. That's not what you were going for. You still got the old Roy G. Biv in your head for the 1000th time. She should be safe, right? Teals are middle class? And anyway, she's a lawyer. She's got the powers that be on her side. Saying so doesn't seem to cheer her up at all. I mean, you're not wrong, but being in a position to benefit from the system doesn't make the system more morally palatable. And if I'm being real about it, it's more me being forced to uphold it than anything else. She nods toward the book in your hands. Oh, right. How does this all work anyway? Can she just not be a lawyer? Aren't there good ones? Yeah, I can quit if I want to get cold. There's always a choice. She sighs. It's not like I expect suffering to ever stop completely. It just seems like an awful lot of work to do to make sure it keeps happening. And that's the entire job of the legislacerator. Now, if you're purple enough to get away with it, you're just guilty no matter what. It's just a matter of going through all the fanfare of a trial, all for the same result. The Condesce is short for her whole title, her imperious condescension, also shortened to HS. Well, that is I can understand why it gets shortened. That is a mouthful of the title. There we go. And it's sick. But it's so normal by now that no one knows how to begin questioning it. She looks more exhausted now than she did during the paper explosion. Like when you've used up all your sadness and all you have is a deep, broken fatigue. It's an exactly the rejuvenating getaway you envisioned. There's just so much injustice. You continue to try to be positive. Are there not political parties, some secret underground movements or anything? Sure, most low bloods you've met have a healthy, fatalistic nonchalance about their situations, but there's gotta be something else out there. There were a few people who tried to stir shit up back in the day. It's all kind of hushed up and hard to find any information on the history of them, though. Definitely not the kind of thing they teach you in legislacerator training. One was a mutant blood and the other had wings. So I guess they didn't have much of a chance anyway. Wait, what's a mutant blood? Someone with a blood color not on the hemo spectrum? Oh. So, like, are trolls born that with me? Or is it talking about, like, aliens? How MC has bright red blood? So not on the Alternian hemo spectrum. You can't imagine this story having a happy ending, but you still want to know more. There's the subtlest shift in her tone of voice now that she's doing more than only complaining. It draws you in. One of them seems to have gathered enough of a following to have become a kind of religious figure from what little I can find about him. The other one led a military revolt. They were both killed, along with their attempts at change. I don't even know what happened to their compatriots. She stopped to squint at you. I don't know how you got me talking like this, but in the fuck it spirit of the night, I'm just gonna keep going. Oh, so there are trolls that can be born, like, not fitting into any of them? Huh. If it wasn't clear, I'm telling you things that can get me extremely cold. So, like, please be chill. You're so chill. The chillest. Also, you're probably pretty gullible yourself. A good point. She squints at you a little longer, then stares out into the night. Her jaw muscle clenches a few times before she speaks. Yeah, that, that would make sense. They get cold before they could, really become anything. I have some ideas. She's still not looking at you, but she sits up a little straighter. You feel your spine following suit almost on its own. All of us trained to be legislators like to practice throwing our weight around. Some of us more than others, which I guess you have first-hand experience with. But we don't have much real power yet. We will, though, if we pass our exams. Which I will. Been staying up most days studying every documented piece of law, and some underground stuff too. When I find it. There are exploitable loopholes they don't know about. I can establish myself as a major player. If I can establish myself as a major player, I might have a chance to change things. Some things you can only take apart from the inside out. I know she builds up a fevered energy, even with the sluggish way she talks. When you shift in your seat, she kind of snaps out of it. Oh, sorry. Guess I got a little worked up. I don't exactly get to talk about this very often. It's kind of overwhelming to think about how fucked every little thing is all the time. But now that I see it clearly, I can't not do something. It's like Alternia is giant fire and I'm pissing on a tiny corner of it while the rest of everything burns up around me. Your brain is buzzing with how real that all felt. You can't really add anything to it, so you just nod. Are things less abysmal where you're from? Oh boy. In ways, yeah. At home, the accused is called a defendant, at least. As in, they get a defense. Her eyes brighten. That's exactly what I'm talking about. What? Does your justice system work? You exhale slowly, trying to buy yourself some time to encapsulate all of your planet's various cultures, societal structures, and similarly overwhelming lists of injustices and an intelligent blurb. You settle on, not always, not for everyone. Her laugh is short and hollow. So much for enlightened life forms existing somewhere in the universe. You guess until a more kind and just alien life form comes to take over, you'll just have to make do with each other. Yeah, you're not so bad. I'd take on an oppressive regime with you anytime. Well, I feel like that's foreshadowing for something. She gives your arm an awkward tap with her fists, and then looks back out over the edge. Anyway, I'm no religious figure or military strategist. There's gotta be someone out there who is. Gotta use what skills I have instead, I guess, until I find them. What the fuck else would I do with my time? Keep pissing on the fires? It's the best anybody can do, you reckon? That and get others hydrated enough to do the same. She laughs. Keep on pissing, huh? I'll drink to that. She takes a big swig from her mug. After a beat, she silently and without looking at you extends her arm your way. You stare in the mug's depths, a little unnerved. It doesn't look like viscera, but you've been burned before. It won't kill you. You're not sure what it will do, but Tyzeus is truthful, if nothing else. So, bottoms up. What the fuck? It's water? You want me to believe that she is drinking water? Tyzeus grins and taps her temple with a claw. Gotta give the people something. Otherwise, they might think I'm the way I am on my own. Then where would we be? I don't know. Letting people in can be helpful, you know, sometimes. I'm fine. You're not convinced. Okay, I'll admit it. It's not a bad idea to relax every once in a while. Get your priorities straight. It was a decent time. You're glad she's glad, but you mostly just talked the whole time about the same stuff she was overwhelmed by to begin with. Does that even count? You learned a lot, but she still looks pretty wiped. As soon as you think that, she yawns. She's so driven. You shiver a bit when you imagine what she could do if she took time to rest for real. You pat the pile of blankets next to you. It's no bed, or tub of soap or slime, for that matter, but it's gotten you through enough. She looks wearily at it and yawns again. I guess my Lucis and my mate Sprit will just think I'm at the book hive anyway. One little nap won't hurt. I'll get up early tomorrow and reorganize our stupid busy work project. She tentatively lowers herself down onto the blankets. Her eyes close for a brief second before they snap open again, glaring at you with full force. Don't doubt me either. I mean, that is, like, a good idea. I'm not gonna lie. Alright, comfy again. Don't doubt me either. I've got it under control. Oh, you have zero doubts in her abilities, you say? She curls back up against herself, and a small rattle of contentedness shakes in her throat. Out in the distance, the blaze has dimmed to a thin plume of smoke. You hope whoever's hive it is whoever's hive it was is okay. You're not sleepy, so you'll keep watch to make sure she gets up by sunrise. You tilt your head back and look at the unfamiliar constellations. Your head feels full. It's intense and not exactly what you call happy, but you know you're feeling it with her, and that's far from nothing. Oh, that's precious. Alright. It is. I like her. Oh. Yeah, she just needs a nap and maybe like a week-long vacation somewhere where she doesn't have to think. Alright. Don't know how I went right by it, but I did. Alrighty then. Time to, I guess, pursue Chixie. Yeah, I love Gorgor. I adore Gorgor. I will take Gorgor away from her for a week if that's what she needs. Just like grab him and run. Your point is, you need a wardrobe change. You should have asked Elward for one of her red leather jackets. Her rad leather jackets. You could really make one of those work. Jeez, this is kind of a crummy neighborhood. There you go again, making snap judgments. Get a little alien culture in you and suddenly you're an expert. Looks like you found the Alternian nightlife. Well, technically all life here is nightlife. If people are nocturnal here, shouldn't nightclubs be called day clubs? Actually, that's a good question. Maybe the lure of dancing and getting smashed with strangers is not enough to get people to brave the blistering sun. You doubt you'd brave a stiff breeze for it. You aren't much of a partier. But recently, you're all about new experiences. You'll try anything once. A long line of people snakes along the side of a building. It doesn't appear to be moving. The club must not be open yet. You consider getting in the line, but there's so many people here. You really are more of a one-on-one friendship type. I'm thirsty. Alright. You go around the back instead. To your old friend, the back alley in the dumpster. Distantly, you hear music. It comes on every few seconds and then drops off. Maybe a sound check? Oh, here you go. it being like that sometimes. I love that. I'm assuming this is supposed to be some kind of like vocal warm up. I cannot do those. I'm not going to. There, instead you get here's something else. A musical size comes from up ahead. You turn a corner to find a girl standing alone outside a back entrance. A heavy door is propped open with a chunk of concrete, like someone had gouged it out of the street. The girl has on a sweater dress and leg warmers, a bronze sign splashed across her chest. You wonder if you should consider painting a sign onto your own clothes just to make yourself seem more normal. Yeah, no, probably no point. You'd also need to paint yourself gray and find a pair of fake horns. Who would do something like that? It sounds like a huge pain with absolutely no benefits. Yeah, not gonna lie, the some of the friends that we've made have been like drawn by our the what the fuckery is hold on, lip balm. What flavor is this one? Oh, vanilla mint. So you should take a Sharpie bath. Yeah. Like, I'm not gonna lie, the what the fuck are you factor does seem to have been a key point in starting several friendships. The girl hasn't noticed you yet. She is staring at her feet and sighing. Also, she's making weird little whoops and clicking noises or singing a few bars of wordless notes, starting low and then climbing up high. Wow, it sounds pretty good. The enclosed space between the alley walls makes it seem like it's coming from all directions. Maybe you should just leave. She looks busy. But then another troll sticks their head around the open door, shooting the girl an unkind look and kicking the cement block doorstop away. Ah, heck. There's really only one reason when you would prop open a door. We're absolutely gonna save, because I'm going to start by standing there like an asshole. Like a witness to a disastrous car accident. You stand there and watch as the girl notices the door closing and lets out a squeak, jumping for the handle. She misses it and smacks her knee against the metal frame. Oh! Ouch! Damn it! She has a soft, musical voice, even when she's swearing. You ask if she's okay. She stops rubbing at her knee and looks up at you. You're quite a bit taller than her, but she looks older than some of the other trolls you've hung out with. No worries. Well, at least not about my leg. If you want something to worry about, I'm sure I can come up with some ideas without much trouble. You assure her that you've had plenty to worry about recently, though you appreciate the offer. She gives a fruitless tug on the back door. She knocks. Nobody comes. She knocks again. Still nothing. You tell her that someone kicked her doorstop out of the way. She looks disappointed but not surprised. Oh well, I'll just have to go back around to the front. Could be worse. Would you care to join me? Oh my god, you thought she'd never ask. This is working out perfectly. You're so glad she got locked out back here with you and the rest of the garbage. I like the implication that MC also considers themselves garbage. I'm Chichi. Chichi! Oh, that's a lot. If I'd known she was going to show up, I would have, like, actually practiced saying her name at some point. Brooksmere? Although I'm sure you already know that. I don't think you're an idiot or anything. You know, meet and greets are usually after the show, but you seem nice. You aren't sure how she figures that since all you've done is stand around. It's true though, so you don't protest. You are nice. Super nice. You might be the nicest son of a bitch on this whole dang planet. You asked her if she's performing here tonight. Of course. Why else would I be warming up in a dirty back alley? You tell her you've seen people do far weirder things. She laughs. You aren't wrong. People around here will do anything for attention nowadays. For instance, you are walking around in an ablution robe. You cough delicately. True. Very true. She's got you there. If you come inside with me, I can give you an autograph. I don't have anything to write with back here. Trixie seems to think that you are a fan who managed to get past security to accost her in person. She doesn't seem too upset though, more like delighted. You think back many friends ago when Sarava told you it was dangerous for low bloods to get popular. You wonder if Trixie trusts you because she thinks you're also a low blood. Or maybe she's just not that popular? You follow her back to the front of the club, past the line of trolls waiting to get inside. A guy whistles at her and she gives him a flirty little wave along with a flat smile. Customer service smile. She shows the bouncer something on her palm husk, and he lifts up the velvet rope. They're with me. They're my +1. Wow, you've never been anybody's +1 before. How do I say this, MC? That doesn't surprise me. A bunch of people in line look annoyed, but Trixie ignores them. You follow her, tripping a little on the hem of your robe. Be careful, huh? You don't want to twist an ankle. Trixie speaks with a lilt, like a character in a musical getting ready to burst into song. You hope you aren't supposed to participate if she does. You're a little too busted for impromptu dance numbers, and you're also liable to flash You're also liable to flash someone in this robe. You hear music and chatter from down the hall, but Trixie pulls you in another direction, towards the dressing rooms. You pass several closed doors, stepping in front of one that seems to be in the process of being cleared out. Yeah, MC has 0 Riz. The only reason they made it so far is because they are an alien. Yeah. Well, yeah. The closest thing to Riz we got is a Gorgor being into us. MC is simultaneously both the most lucky person and the least lucky person to exist on this planet. A bunch of shit is spilling out into the hall. Clothes trailing out of suitcases, a microphone cord seems to be slithering slowly among the detritus. Charming. God, can't do anything without someone messing me around, locking me out, and now this? Who did it? Who did this? I am seriously out for blood tonight. Looks like someone commandeered her dressing room while she was out, as well as tossed all her shit out into the hall. I have to deal with this. I'll be right back. You can borrow some clothes if you want. In fact, I insist. Oh, that's beautiful. She leaves you in the cramped little room. It's dark in the hall, but everywhere in Alternia is kept darker than is comfortable for you. You're getting used to it, though. You imagine humans used to have to deal with this all the time back before electricity, provided they didn't die immediately of, like, dysentery. You flick on the outline of white bulbs around the mirror. Oh wow! Even in soft is the soft. Let's try that again. Oh, hiccup. Oh wow! Even in the soft, flattering light, you look like an A grade free. Even in the soft, flattering light, you look like an A grade free range disaster. Tagor's expensive rainbow drinker serum has rubbed off, and now you're mostly just dusty. I'm gonna have to use A grade free range disaster more often. I don't know. I think MC just like pretends like mirrors don't exist. You wade through a couple of Chixie's suitcases, but everything here is too small for you. There's a couple sweater dressers and a hoodie that might fit, but without a pair of pants, it's gonna get real scandalous real fast. The only thing you can find that works in the whole damn dressing room is a floaty purple dress hanging on the back of the door. Definitely not your style. You would never wear anything like this at home. But fuck it. Roll with the punches, right? And not just in violence ways, fashion ways. You give a little experimental twirl in front of the mirror. You aren't going to break any hearts, but you'll do. You actually kind of dig it. Wait, is this supposed to be her dress for on stage? You are busy admiring yourself when Trixie comes back. She sniffles sharply and there are tear tracks on her face. But she isn't crying anymore. In fact, she looks mad as hell. Oh damn, is she mad at you? Did you manage to fuck something up without even being there? You've got mad fuck up skills. Yes, you do. Good job, MC, for self-awareness there. I got bumped. They kicked me off the lineup. I was supposed to be opening. Some new band came in, and they have a purple blood drummer, so the club owner let them take my place. Of course, this is how it always goes. God, she looks so sad. Trying to break out your finely tuned comforting muscles. But before you can get those guns out, someone oozes up to the two of you. Someone you recognize. Oh fuck, who do we recognize? Fuck! The moment it said oozes up, I was like, it better not be this bitch. God damn it. Well, hi there, motherfucker. I don't even remember what voice I used for him. It does not matter anymore. Oh, incredible, Miss Roxmere. What are the odds? How about no? There are no odds. It must be fate. Yeah, I understand this. I got my bestie, so I guess it's time to go for the worstie, huh? Well, you chirped that you were coming to the show, so I guess the odds were pretty good. Zebra doesn't let this dim his sparkle. He isn't the type of guy to let the facts get in the way. He hasn't even noticed you. He's too busy kissing the back of Trixie's hand. Oh, honey, I will provide you with ample hand sanitizer after this. Looking good, baby. No. I'm kind of a mess. I've been crying. Well, crying looks good on you. Zebra, if you were anybody else, any other character I've met so far, using that line, I would probably go for it. But you, I just kind of want to slap. You finally noticed we're fucking here. Zebra finally glances your way and doesn't extremely exaggerated double take. Wow, damn, I didn't even recognize you. Fuck off. You clean up really nice, you know. You haven't cleaned up at all, really. You haven't bathed since Tagora's fancy ablution trap. All you've done is put on a slinky dress. It's not like you aren't happy to see Zebra. You are. He's one of your many success stories. He's just, you know, the kind of friend you want to think back on fondly from time to time, remembering all the good times. Yeah, not necessarily the kind you want to hang out with or have hang all over you like he is right now. Trixie looks at his arm around your shoulder and seems momentarily annoyed. Her expression skips a couple tracks and hits back on neutral. The fuck just happened there? So you've met where? Online? In a forum? Can I join? Yeah. The good thing is the new friend glow wore off real quick with him. Hold on, things are not going how I planned. Ah! Here we go. In a forum? Can I join? Not in a forum. Unless you're talking about the forum of life. If I could do a fuckboy laugh, I would. Like, if I could do a fuckboy voice, I would. I think I said that the last time too. That I really wish I could give him a fuckboy voice. He winks. Fate just keeps bringing us together, doesn't it? Just like you and me, Trixie baby. Trixie laughs. Now that she's gotten over her surprise, her entire demeanor has changed. Her body language has relaxed and she keeps biting her lip. She looks like she's an actor demonstrating bashful on command. Zebra's eating it up. Is she giving customer service to him, or is she actually kinda intrigued by him? It was really nice of you to post about my EP on your blog. I got a lot of listens from that. Babe, have I ever told you I think you're so strong? Seriously, low blood girls are so strong. Trixie laughs again. It sounds painful. Maybe once or twice. I love your new stuff. That one song, Poisonous Moon or whatever. Bloody Sun. Right, yeah, exactly. Real good stuff, sweetheart. I can't wait to hear more tonight. Oh, right, he doesn't know Trixie got bumped. Trixie meets your eyes. She seems to be trying to communicate something entirely using her eyebrows. I have to mind my own damn business because I feel like she wants him to be disappointed when he sits out there the entire time and does not see her. You follow Trixie's lead and don't say anything. Zebra will find out pretty soon anyway when the stage show starts and Trixie doesn't get on stage. Oh, hallelujah, he's gone. He takes off, saying he's gonna go get a spot in the pit. There's no pit here. Her earnest, polite look drops as soon as Zebra's out of sight. She's letting you see all the bits of herself that she has to hide from other people. You wonder if it's because you don't matter that much, or because she can sense your trustworthy nature. You are a natural. You are natural optimist when it comes to friendship. So you decide to believe the latter. Come on. I want to get a good look at the jerks who took my stage from me, so I can talk about them on my vent shitter. You can follow it if you want. Only like 4 people do. It's not like anybody actually cares about my problems anyway. You risk an encouraging pat between your shoulder blades. She sniffs and wipes her nose. At least I have you, my one non-creepy fan. Don't know how to tell you this, but I haven't heard your music, I don't think. Or was she the one that was on stage when we went to that thing with Zebra? I mean, I guess getting called a non-creepy fan is like a step up from totally not being a friend, huh? At least I think you aren't creepy. Oh, it was a friend at first? Okay. At least I think you aren't creepy. I guess I don't know you that well. You just represent you aren't creepy. At least not as creepy as that guy. Yeah. Trixie starts to respond, but then breaks off. Her voice sticks in her throat like she swallowed a bug. Oh, wait, they actually eat bugs here. Like, she swallowed a live bug. Well, fuck. Simile cancelled. Actually, they might eat live bugs. Well, fuck, simile cancelled. Anyway, Trixie stops talking and you realize it's because she's listening instead. The first band is on, and from Trixie's expression, this must be the band that scooped her. I can't believe it. I can't. She takes off. You aren't sure if you're supposed to follow, but she swoops back in and grabs your hand to drag you along behind her. You go past the club entrance and up a staircase, emerging in a tiny... I can feel another hiccup. And up a staircase, emerging in a tiny backstage area. Trixie drops just outside the stage lights. Oh, stops? Yeah, stops just outside the stage lights. Wow, I cannot read. The band on stage is 4 trolls, mixed cast judging from their clothes, although you suppose they don't have to wear clothes the same color as the color of their blood, though most trolls seem to. Law or tradition? Dangerous are both. Dangerous are both to break. Wow, both are dangerous to break. That's my song. They didn't just steal my set. They stole my whole set list. Her cheeks flush a ruddy brown and she shakes with rage. She begins singing along with them. I'm not going to sing. Twist and pull, breathe the terror of life on hell, spines and gore forevermore on this nightmare island spell. Harris above, blight below. I'm knocking on your hive's front door. Love me, please. I am poor. There's kind of a twangy country feel to it, except it's about murder. Or maybe love? You can't tell. It just doesn't really fit the band's on stage vibe. But it doesn't really fit Trixie's either. But then again, you haven't seen her perform. Maybe she's really different when she gets in a spotlight. She's crying now. Tears streaming down her face as she sings. It's all over. Nobody's going to believe I wrote this music. Some little dirt pluck country girl. You remember what Sarava told you about High Blood stealing their music and acting like they wrote it? God, that's so unfair. I'm going to encourage her to do something. It's probably going to get us all killed, but I'm going to. Yeah. Trixie clenches her fists. Yeah. She reaches into a snarl mess of equipment and comes back with a microphone that only looks a little bit squirmy. Then she walks over to a costume rack and pulls down a mask. It's plain white, like the Phantom of the Opera's mask, jarringly stark against the gaudy, organic styles of most everything else on Alternia. She waits for a dip in volume in the song, and then she gets one right after the bridge. She then switches on the microphone and takes a huge breath. Shut the fuck up! The shout reverberates around the club. The sound of the crowd dips, then falls off almost entirely. The band staggers to a slow, rattling stop. Nobody seems to know what's going on. Oh hell. This isn't what you meant. You meant like egg their tour bus or trash them online. Sorry, I was checking on something Sushi was doing. Trixie steps into the light, and a murmur goes up through the crowd. The band singer lowers her microphone. She is in a short blue dress with long, vicious claws painted red. You aren't up on all the trends, but you're pretty sure that red is edgy. Trixie covers her microphone and says something to the band. The cerulean stares at her for a few seconds before letting out a cascading spray of laughter. Sure, honey. Okay. Condescending and sweet, like Trixie is a toddler who happened to wander on stage. She points finger guns at the guy on the soundboard. Razzer, give the lady a beat. Oh. Oh god. You know what this is. You see Trixie's face framed by the lights, focused and intent, all simpering on. You like that? I wrote it. You hit that? I own it. Coming in hot, trying to steal my spot. Oh lord. Is this a limerick? Just grab my bulge and deep throat it. Okay, a dirty limerick. Holy shit, she's really doing this thing. A rap battle. Jesus. The cerulean girl spits some stuff back. It's kind of basic, just general insults about Trixie's blood color, her lyrics being stale. Considering she stole Trixie's song, that doesn't really fly. The crowd doesn't know that, though. They're eating it up. They probably think it's all part of the show. Some fiery little low blood coming on stage to shake things up. Paint your claws red, paint your mouth brown. Acting like you know what it's like down here on the ground. The crowd whoops. This might be a high blood owned club, but there's definitely a lot of low bloods in the crowd. But it's imitation. I got no expectation. This is your final station. You aren't gonna hit higher than this collaboration. You aren't like a rap expert or anything, but you can definitely tell that Trixie isn't either. She gets breathless towards the end of lines and hits some words rather strangely, but the crowd is really feeling her. Definitely more than they're feeling the cerulean. Trixie's voice picks up speed and power as she gains confidence, drawing energy off the crowd. You realize you're leaning forward too, making sure you catch every word. She goes through a whole list of the band's shortcomings, including their fashion sense, their talent level, and their interpersonal clusterfuck. They apparently are a pretty well-known group online. She throws in some stuff about them stealing her music, and the crowd oohs like this is a middle school cafeteria. So kill me. Call me. Call the drone. It won't change a bit of what they all know. When you're a thief, what do you expect? I beat you all square. Hey, show some respect. Trixie drops the mic. The room erupts. Holy shit, that was awesome. She just came up with all that on the fly. The cerulean looks furious, and another troll runs onto stage and tries to get the crowd under control. They're all chanting, "Mask! Mask! Mask!" I like her. Trixie runs off stage, chucking both the mask and the microphone back where she found them. She in a panic now. She grabs you as you run all the way back out to the alley where you met, letting the door close behind you. Guess you're done with that club. Trixie's eyes are round and shell shocked. I just did that. Yeah, she really did. I just told a bunch of high bloods to eat my bulge. You don't know what a bulge is, but yep. Fuck, they liked me, didn't they? They were cheering for me. You said yeah, you're pretty sure they were. Holy shit, I'm going to be called. Did you hear all that stuff I said? You can't just say stuff like that. You remind her she was wearing a mask when she did it. Oh, right. Nobody will know who I am. I'm safe. Oh, but that means nobody will know it was me. You aren't quite following. I'm not going to get any credit at all. God, why does everything in my life have to be so metaphorically resonant? Oh, girl, you feel that. You def know what that's like. Hey, that was pretty dope. Oh, no. Oh, okay. Okay, it's not him again. Both of you jump about a foot in the air. A low blood in a hoodie and a pair of sunglasses slashes against the brick beside the back door. Either you are seriously impaired today, or he is seriously good at sneaking. You got any stuff online? He asks Trixie. She gapes at him. But I was wearing a mask. How did you know? Well, you're standing right outside the door, and you're wearing the same clothes you did on stage, so... Oh, right. Clever of you. Not to mention, she was just, like, talking about it. So it really wouldn't take much to put two and two together. Don't worry about it. Plausible deniability, right? Catch you later. He slinks off, one hand raised in a casual cool guy farewell. Do we get to meet that one at any point? See? You tell Trixie. Some people will figure out who you are. Possibly just randos outside of clubs, but still. She can do this. She can make her dreams come true. You're totally right. So I still can. I guess all hope isn't lost. At least not until another insurmountable obstacle comes along. Thanks for, well, everything. I would never have gone out there if not for you. She hesitates for a few seconds, then goes in for a slightly damp hug. Sorry, stage lights and terror make me sweat. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, because Demic is a low blood. So, huh. Maybe it is. I forgot we were wearing the dress. Oh. I like that we've got a little like speech bubble to let us know that, you know, we have achieved that. It's so cute. You have to go back through the like a mountain of choices here. We're gonna grab the door before it can close this time. Displaying the dexterity of someone far healthier and far less dressed in a slinky bathrobe, you grab the door before it can slam closed. The bronze split girl's attention snaps up and she breaks off mid-note. She takes in the misplaced concrete and you holding the door. Oh, thanks for catching that. I would have had to go all the way around to the front. Must have been the wind. Just what sort of wind do they have here? They can pick up a chunk of rock the size of a turtle. Unless wind is an urban slang for some rude douchebag. She gives a quick little smile and darts through the door, letting it close behind her with a solid click. Yep, locked. The brief gleaming flare of friendship you felt when she smiled at you and Ernest, thanks, stutters and dies. You really had a moment there, but now she's inside and you're out here where you will never reap the fruit of a glorious friendship you planted with that act of kindness. Jeez, what's the point of doing something nice if you don't get any credit for it? Oh, you were stumbling into dangerous territory, my friend. I like that we're never actually drawn like we're wearing a bathrobe. It's always just, you know, clothesless. But we were drawn in the dress. Yeah, rip MC. Alright. I'm so sorry, Chixie. The completionist. Oh, I'm so sorry. The completionist in me tells me that I have to do this. You tell Zebra about the higher caste trolls coming in and taking Chixie's place. She starts making frantic motions behind Zebra's back and shaking her head, but immediately stops when he turns to look at her. That true, babe? It's not a big deal. This sort of stuff happens in the business all the time, or so people tell me. Don't worry about it. No, I am worried. I always worry about low bloods in terrible positions who can't help themselves at all. I'm gonna shank you when I get a chance. I'll take care of it for you. You really don't have to. Get away from her. Zebra touches her arm for way longer than is necessary. It's more of a shoulder rub than a pet. Chixie seems to be trying very hard not to shrug him off. Her smile belongs on a Halloween mask. A rictus grin. What the fuck does rictus mean? A fixed grimace or grin. Interesting. The two of you watch him swagger off back toward the front of the hall. Trixie lets out a breath. I wish you hadn't done that. He's got a really popular music blog, and he's an indigo, so I have to be polite. One bad review from him and it's over for my career. But I try to interact with him as little as possible. So, okay, I have a question. Are cerulean and indigo the same blood color, or are they two different blood color shades of blue? You hadn't realized that Zebra was a musician. Wait, did it say he was a musician? Oh, okay, they are different. Indigo is higher. Okay. Oh, he's not. He just reviews albums and shows, stuff like that. He makes a lot of reports, but he's got a ton of followers. Don't get me wrong, it's really nice to be noticed, but he's just a little pushy. And I don't have time in my life right now for quadrants, you know what I mean? You do. You so do. Does Zebra try what he tried with you on every low blood he meets? You aren't sure if it makes you feel worse or better. Dixie talks about him like he's a natural disaster. He is. A tornado that she has to avoid to keep from getting torn apart. Like it's just an inevitability that people would treat her like she owed them something. I don't want to seem ungrateful. You tell her that she doesn't seem ungrateful. From where you're standing, she doesn't seem to be doing anything wrong. She sighs, blowing a piece of hair out of her eyes. Too bad doing everything right doesn't automatically mean things will go your way. Oh fuck, he's back. When Zebra comes back, Such little time has passed that you don't think he could have possibly done anything. He shows you and Chixie all his teeth. I got it all fixed up for you. You go on tonight. In fact, you're headlining. You're welcome. Chixie's mouth drops open. What? How? I get to do anything I want in my own club. Motherfucker. Ah, fuck. He owns the club. Wait. What? What? God. I bought it from the owner. He's just a teal. Seriously, business ownership, a little ambitious for a mid-blood, isn't it? I convinced him that it would be easier for him and everyone else if a high blood took over. I've been meaning to get into the club scene anyway. Now you'll always have somewhere to perform. Provided you do everything I say all the time. Sleazeball. He grins to show you that it's just a joke, but there's also something in his smile that you really, really don't like. You regret asking for his help. So does Chixie, apparently. She gets right in your face. Nice work. Now I owe him more than... Now I know him... Now I must... Fuck words. Now I owe him even more than before. This is the only club around here that will let a low-blood solo act perform. You can find your own way out, can't you? So, the highly uncomfortable look on MC's face and the creepy grin on Zebra's and the just like despair that's tucked into Chixie's. Like, it's all beautiful. Alright, so now that we screwed up twice, that sucks. Where's the bar? Trixie looks up at you like she's only just remembered she is a physical body and not just simply an amorphous blob of pure sadness. There's a cluster of bottles on a nearby amp. The gift that just keeps giving. Unfortunately, he is. God, more Faygo. Of all brands that could cross galaxies. Of course it had to be Faygo. Trixie grabs what looks like a liquor bottle. Right here. Come on. Not even my vent chitter is enough for this. He is well written. And I hate him. Back in the dressing room, Chixie upends several suitcases onto the floor, mixing her stuff with the other performers. Her give a shit-o-meter is down in the red, apparently. She flops down in the pile she's made and takes a huge gulp from the bottle. Wow, have some. It's awful. Encouraging. Come on, it's gross, but it won't kill you. You wish people would stop promising you that. So far it's been true, but you still don't trust it. If she takes another drink and hiccups, then holds the bottle up. She takes another drink and hiccups, then holds the bottle out for you. Great. Peer pressure. Lying on a pile of sweaters with a distraught vocalist and getting wasted is exactly what you wanted to do with your evening. Trixie gets the bottle a shake. Oh well, you suck smoke out. You suck smoke out of a bug's ass and you're still here. You drop down on the sweaters beside her. Trixie is dramatic, but you are disappointed to discover she was not being dramatic about this. It is awful. Right? Have some more. You do. God, that's bad. Trixie is getting a lot tipsier than you. She's drinking faster and she's smaller than you are. Not that you know shit about troll physiology. Come on, let's commiserate. It's hard, you know? You nod. Boy, do you know. The music business, I mean, especially when you're starting out, you have to be visible, but you also can't look like you're showing off. You have to pretend you don't like the attention or fame, even if you do. But sometimes you have to pretend you do like it, even if you don't. If you're a low blood, you have to watch everything you do all the time. you're high blood, you can do anything and everybody thinks it's awesome no matter what. Show business sucks. You want to mention that she's the one who decided to go into it in the first place, but that would be unkind. Nobody here seems to have a job or go to school either. They all just have intensely obsessive hobbies, like painting or music or meat. Instead, you tell her that you're sure she'll write more songs. Sure, and they'll steal those too. You tell her that's. You tell her you're sure that's not true. Trixie attempts to put a finger up to your lips to half of your nose instead. Shh. Complaining time, not helpful advice time. Oh dang, you can definitely get behind that because you've got some complaints. You take another swig and it burns all the way down. You tell Trixie all about crash landing on a strange. You tell Trixie all about crash landing on a strange alien planet, the broken limbs and hard times and bad wardrobe choices. You skirt around all the amazing friends you made though. You don't want her to experience friend envy. Halfway through your harrowing story, you hear something. Where is she going? Oh, she fell asleep. Trixie is passed out, drooling on your dress. Better than puking. Dude, trolls puke? Oh well, this isn't a vow of undying friendship, but it's not friendly. Victory? Oh. Oh, she's precious. So that explains why there's two for her. Wait, we saw that name before. Because that's the one that I had to Google and figure out how to say. Hold on, I want to just like be nosy. Wait, is that? What was her name? Eehee. Alright. So next time we will be doing volume 9. But I think this is where I'm going to stop the stream for tonight. So, good night.